What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little different video. Today is going to be more like a sit down video, and also today I'm specifically only going to be talking about my Anomaly scan. And if you don't know what Anomaly scan, it's like a deeper ultrasound that happens during later on in pregnancy. So if you're not interested in any of those like pregnancy talks or pregnancy topics, you can go ahead and go watch my other videos, or I guess thank you for clicking on this video. I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, we are going to be talking about my Anomaly scan today. And just a little disclaimer before I do start. So if you're looking for more like cautions or like something that, you know, more of that high risk symptoms or anything like that, this is definitely not the video, so you're not going to find anything here. And just another thing is, I know specifically for Anomaly scans, mothers usually love to look for videos that has ultrasounds. Just really quick, I do not have ultrasounds in this video. I do have pictures, but I don't have ultrasounds. So if you're looking for something more like visual of like how the baby will look during the Anomaly scan, I do not have any footage of that. So just before you get a little too deep into the video, I just want to give you all those information first. At this time of age, I am currently 21 weeks and 5 days. I'll be 6 months officially on Wednesday. So this is how baby currently looks. I know not a lot of people is a fan of this app because of the measurements and all of like, you know, specific specs, and they're like, oh, my baby's not that big or my baby's not that small, whatever. I don't usually go by the specs. I usually go by what the doctor tells me. But I only go on this app because it shows me like baby in the womb, and it makes me kind of feel like that's my child. But this is baby. I love it. It's so cute. I've been using this app since baby was like 8 weeks, and it's been wonderful. It's been giving me such like vibes like, oh my gosh, that's my baby, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I've been using this app not for like knowledge or anything. I know it's not entirely correct. I only go off by what my doctor tells me anyways. I had my Anomaly scan last week, exactly last week from today. So last Monday I had my Anomaly scan. I had my Anomaly scan scheduled at my last appointment, so like about a month ago. And luckily, I was due for this month's appointment also. So I have my Anomaly scan with my normal OB visit. And I know ideally that's not always the way it goes, because Anomaly scans are done at a certain time of pregnancy. I think it's usually done between like 20 weeks to 22 weeks. So if you're not due for your appointment, they'll probably usually have it before your appointment. So I won't be scheduled on the same day of your appointment. But luckily, I was able to schedule on the same day because I had my Anomaly scan when I was like 20 weeks. So that was like enough, and they got enough information in the ultrasound that they needed, so that's good. And usually when they schedule ahead of time or too early, they have to do it again because the baby's either not big enough or in a different position or in a weird position that they can't get the measurements they need. Usually people get around like 21 weeks to 22 weeks, but I was able to get mine at 20 weeks. I was like 20 weeks in 5 days, so that was kind of like 20, you know. And you do not, I don't know about anywhere else, but according to this Anomaly scan that I had, you did not need to have a full bladder. So then just starting off, depending on your technician and how knowledgeable she is with her equipment and, you know, the baby itself, and depending on the position of your baby, the ultrasound or the Anomaly scan could go by really quick. For ours, it typically took only about like 15 to 20 minutes. Only reason why 20 minutes is because my baby was in a position where she couldn't measure the head like properly. So then she was really quick. She was like clicking and clicking and clicking, and I was just kind of like, okay, I think this is too quick. Like, are you sure you're getting all the information you need? But she was really good. According to my doctor, she had all the image that she needed, so that's good. So then we're only there for like a good 20 minutes just looking at the baby, and the baby was awake during that time, so we got to see the baby swim a little bit. But yeah, long story short, Anomaly scan could last between like 15 to 30 to 40 minutes depending on the position of the baby. They usually will try to give it a couple like tries to get the measurements. Like for example, for me, my technician tilt my bed all the way back, and I was literally like head down. Her purpose of doing that was trying to get the baby to move a little bit up to my chest so she could measure like whatever she needed to measure. But then it ended up not working. So then she leaned me back up, and she just kind of like messed around with it and started poking the baby and pushing the baby. Yeah, long story short, she got all the measurements she needs. anatomy scan went really, really, really well. I am so thankful that nothing serious was found. After the anatomy scan, we were sent back to the waiting room to wait for my OB visit, and we had to wait for like a good 20 minutes before she came to us. I believe she would have got to us sooner, but she was reviewing the anatomy scans, like, you know, the pictures. She just gave us a little feedback. And again, if you don't have your anatomy scan on the same day, you usually will expect a call from your doctor or your provider like a couple days after, or it just depends how soon they get to it. It's usually like the next day, or if your doctor's on site, it'll be a few hours later. And depends what time you get it in the day, because if you get it later on when they're closing, you're expected to get your results like the next day. So just keep that in mind. We waited for like a good couple minutes. Then my doctor came out and grabbed us, went to the room. Her very first question was, do you guys know the gender? And I straight up told her that no, we do not. We did not want to know the gender. Because as you guys know, we are doing a reveal at the end of this month. So we told the technician that we do not want to see gender. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, how are you alive? And I was just like, dude, I'm not. Like, I really, really want to know myself. But since we're waiting for a good purpose, we're waiting. So yeah, we did not find out gender for this anatomy scan, but again, in most anatomy scan you are able to find gender. So that's what she asked us right away when she came in. We told her how we like our ways of doing things, so she was okay with it, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know the gender myself. The technician did not take any pictures of the, you know, the gender, so then she, as us, does not have a clue what I'm having. But yes, long story short, she came in with a beautiful news saying that it was beautiful. It was a beautiful anatomy scan, and per her words, she said this is a perfect pregnancy. So I am so like, oh, you know, when so much bad things happens to you and you're just expecting for the worst, that you, like, a good thought just doesn't even hit your head. Like, that was literally me. I was in the doctor's office like, oh my gosh, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I already know, I just know. And then Ryu was like, dude, literally the technician told us that it was like, everything's fine. I was like, they're not even supposed to say anything. Like, so whatever she was saying, she was just like saying that she got all her pictures that she needs. Like, she wasn't specifically saying that the baby was fine. And then so he was just kind of like, dude, calm down. If there was something wrong, she would have like said something or like called the doctor. And I'm just kind of like, no, like, you don't understand. Like, I watched so many videos on this. Like, technicians cannot say anything to you. It's only the doctor who can say anything to you. But good thing, and thank the Lord that the baby is perfectly growing and is at where it needs to be. And that's the best thing I could ever, I guess, hear in my guts. You might think you're having a beautiful and perfect pregnancy until you're proven wrong. So, but yes, doctors gave us a really good feedback saying baby is a perfect baby, and she's hoping to find out gender by our next appointment. Our next appointment is on December 28th, I believe. So then I will be seeing her, and by then I'm hoping we'll know gender. We're hoping to find out a few days like before Christmas or on Christmas. So hopefully the next time I see her, I'll be able to give her some good news, or a news. Last but not least, I do have some pictures for us from my anatomy scan. During the anatomy scan, after she's done with her scans and all the measurement that she needs, she did ask us if we wanted to like see anything else or what pictures we wanted, and I was like, can I get some feet pics? And she looked at me and she was just kind of like, what? Then I can't guarantee if, you know, you might see something. I was like, okay, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry, my fault. The intentions of, I just wanted like a little footprint, like just a footprint on the picture, like that was it. Okay, I've seen it before without showing the gender, so I just thought maybe that's something she could do for us, but that's okay, I'll just wait a little bit. So I didn't have any feet pics of my baby. She took an overall of 3 face shots, and those are pretty scary to me, but I guess they're kind of cute. And she took 2 profiles. I'm gonna show you guys, I guess, whatever I show you guys. So these are the profile. You're so cute, so cute. And this is the other profile. And then I'll show you guys like one face shot. I like this one because it shows the arm. So yes, that's all I have for the pictures. I wish we got more pictures, but you know, what more profile pictures do we need, right? Alright, that is all I have for this video. I did not go deep into my ultrasound. She did give me like all the measurements, but I do not know what BP or MN or MS stands for, so I can't give those information to you guys because I don't know what they mean. So then yes, I guess long story short, baby is growing perfectly fine and my anatomy scan was a success. And I'm not saying that other anatomy scans that were defect found it's not a success. All anatomy scans are a success, but in my terminology for my own personal anatomy scan, I'm gonna call it a success. So please don't take that word offensive or personal in any way. Yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please drop down any questions that you have that I missed and you want to just be, you know, clarify a little bit. Just let me know and I'll be happy to answer you. I'm kind of all over the place right now because I'm a little bummed that I don't understand my measurements of my anatomy scan, so I can't, like, you know, give you guys those like measurements exactly specs to specs. But I guess we have what we have. We have pictures and we have like little stories. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. You should be able to find gender at this. You should be able to find gender at. But Zuko, please say hi to the camera. Say hi, Zuko. You went in my mouth.